Hi, my name is Juliette, and today I will be discussing what a virus is, as well as what the Zika virus does to the human body. A virus is a microscopic organism that can replicate only inside the cells of a host organism. They cause many of the world's most common diseases, and they're able to infect all types of organisms, including humans, plants, and animals. They're able to reproduce by hijacking the cells of their host. So what exactly does the Zika virus do to us? The Zika virus directly infects the brain cells and invades the immune system's detection system. So this means the body isn't able to detect and or eliminate a virus or bacteria before it makes its home and begins reproducing.
Hi, my name is Tasha Wambugu, and I'm going to be discussing where Zika came from and how it is transmitted. So Zika is not a new virus. It was first isolated in the Zika forest of Uganda in 1947 from a monkey, and the first human case was reported in 1954, as of a few additional human cases in the 1960s in Africa. The first major outbreak was in 2007 on the Yap Islands, where Zika was exposed to the population and created a major outbreak. And later in 2013 and 2015, another serious outbreak of Zika occurred in the French Polynesian Islands. And this strain seemed to affect the nervous system and cause brain abnormalities in infants. So the first locally acquired case of Zika in the Americas were reported in Brazil in May of 2015. Many countries throughout South and Central America contained a Zika strain that was closely related to the French Polynesian outbreak, suggesting that the virus may have reached Brazil from Polynesia. But how Zika is transmitted is actually transmitted through mosquitoes. The Zika virus is very similar to the West Nile virus, yellow fever, or the flavivirus. This is transmitted through when a mosquito eats or bites somebody or a blood meal from a person infected with Zika. The virus can then infect the cells of the mosquitoes. After the mosquito has developed the infection, usually after a week or a week and a half, its saliva will contain viral particles. When it bites another human or another blood obtained meal, the viral particles will then be transmitted to the human, who then will contract Zika. So that's how it's usually transmitted. And yeah.
Hello, my name is Taryn Chapman, and I'll be discussing the Zika virus and how it affects the cells along with its symptoms. Okay, well, Zika is a virus passed to humans through mosquitoes, and it's a virus that targets brain cells, specifically progenitor cells. And progenitor cells are like stem cells, except they're more specific. They differentiate into target cells, and for this reason, Zika is especially dangerous to pregnant women, as the virus can disrupt the development of the fetus, causing a birth defect of the brain called microcephaly. And microcephaly is a condition where a baby's head is smaller than expected when compared to other babies the same in age. And women can also experience miscarriages or even stillbirths. The virus can cause other severe brain defects as well, leaving it scarred and inflated. Another illness associated to the Zika virus is called the Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is an attack on the nervous system. And when it comes to the symptoms of the virus, well, adults usually don't have symptoms at all. If so, they're very mild symptoms, which include fever, rash, headache, redness of the eyes, muscle pain. And these symptoms can last anywhere from up to several days to a week. Well, that's it, and I hope you all take the right precautions and stay Zika free.
While the Zika virus is curable, there is no specific medicine that can cure the virus. Hospitals such as Mayo Clinic are currently testing new treatments that can prevent, detect, treat, or manage the virus. Experts say that the virus must run its course, which is around 8 weeks, but fever and ache symptoms can still be relieved with Tylenol or Advil and by drinking lots of fluids. However, aspirin and NSAIDs are to be avoided. You should also get as much rest as possible in order to ensure a quick recovery. Doctors advise those who have been infected to stay home in order to avoid spreading the virus. Since the virus is often carried by mosquitoes, it would also be wise to be wary of the weather and wear mosquito repellent at all times. It is also crucial that women who have been infected with the virus during pregnancy to seek out a doctor and have the baby closely monitored during the pregnancy. If a woman gives birth to a baby while infected with Zika, it is recommended that the mother lets the child get screenings and tests done, as babies born with Zika are much more likely to have birth defects.
Zika has always been around throughout history. However, recently in the years 2015 through 2016, there has been an epidemic in the Western Hemisphere. The results of a recent study suggest that a single genetic mutation made the Zika virus increasingly more dangerous by enhancing its ability to kill nerve cells in developing brains. However, Zika is not alone. The West Nile and Powassan viruses are also very similar to Zika, seeing as they are all flaviviruses. A research project was conducted at the Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis by virologist Jonathan Miner and his colleagues. Their research included injecting two separate populations of mice with two different strands of viruses that are all similar to Zika. The first group, they injected mice in early pregnancy with the alpha viruses. The second group, they injected mice in early pregnancy with the flaviviruses. By late pregnancy, half of the mice infected with the West Nile and Powassan virus had died. All of the pregnant mice infected with the alpha viruses had lived. Miner concluded that there may be certain features of those viruses' genes and proteins in that particular family that confers this ability to infect certain cell types.